All right. Flesh and Blood, first edition, Tales of Aria. Got the Alpha Investment large kit, which came with 2 playmats, 4 boxes, which is a sealed case, which I just cracked in the 1 box in front of you, and 3 Electrify promos. So supposedly Electrify is actually playable. Don't know how good it is, but it is playable. The nice thing about, we're just going to leave them in the box. We'll take them out one by one. So from Monarch, there was a character called Prism, and apparently Prism ruled these. Are these still tokens in the back? Runeblade weapon, tokens in the back. She ruled the Calling with like 40% of the meta or something like that. If I'm wrong, you guys can let me know. But so apparently there's going to be some balancing things with Tales of Aria. So first rare is going to be Rites of Lightning, followed by a Weave Lightning, and a foil common. One of the things I am also attempting to do, I'll leave these out here, is at some point at least, as I learn more and more of the game, try to make some real basic like blitz decks with a lot of bulk, and try to get some of my local guys playing, so we can shake things up from Magic and stuff. But that'd be a nice little change of pace. So we have Explosive Growth. We have Weave Ice. All right, there we did that. And we have a rare Lightning Press foil. So for the most part, there's rares are nothing out of the rare slots really going to be any of the money, so we don't have to talk about that. Tokens are not money either. It is really going to be the Majestic slot. It is going to be the Super slot, if that's still in this set, and it's going to be the Fabled and Legendary slot. So we should be coming up there. We have a Turn Timber, Elemental Guardian Defense Reaction. We have an Ice Quake, which is an ice action. And we got Rites of the Replenished common. A lot of ice stuff, ice weapons, ice actions. Really changing up. They have a new bow. So this is your Ranger bow. So they have a new bow, which they gave her. She's still a 2-handed character. You don't have to use the bow, to my knowledge, but it is still, I guess, usually the way she is played. Going into, I slid the bottom, there's a Majex behind us. We have Cold Weave, and we have a Blink. Some of the artwork is really, really cool. I really love the colors that they did into this kind of stuff. This is your standard Majestic. And we have a Lighted Up Majestic Elemental Ranger Action Arrow Attack. God, that is a lot of text on that box. All right. So I think we're just going to, I don't want to put these in the rare pile. Those are definitely worth separating. This is a Lexi specialization. You can have 1 Lighted Up in your deck. As an additional cost to play Lighted Up, you may reveal a lightning card from your hand. If it was fused, it gains, it hits a hero, deal 1 damage to them, and each equipment they control. That will do a lot of damage. If it deals damage to a hero equal to or greater than the number of equivalent or equipment they control lose and can't gain activated abilities. That is rough. That is rough. We'll put it with the other foils, and we got Runaways. So I did also crack into the Iris start decks, and I played them with a buddy of mine, and they're a little basic. They actually don't have any equipment in them, so you can get the basics of the game, but there's definitely some left to be desired. If you're trying to get into Flesh and Blood, I would recommend a Blitz deck. It's a little bit faster. The games don't last as long, but the Blitz decks are usually like $10-15, and they let you do a lot more of the game than these welcome decks let you do. So we have a Flash rare. Check my piles again. Summon Shelter rare, and we have a Buzz Bolt common, which we'll take that off. The whole back of the deck that you see me kind of just take the rest of the chunk of cards and put it to the side, those are all commons, so we don't really care to look at them. So going into Embolden, Guardian action, a Bolt Shot Ranger action, and a Winter's Grasp common. Right at the top of my screen, which is why you see me either try to like kind of pull the card off to the side a little bit, is the timer. And it makes it really hard. So I'm either a little bit below the timer or above, and you can't see the name of the card. So I'm usually off to the side a little bit. I apologize. It's hard to zoom out all the way with the stand that I have. So we have an Evergreen, Sigil of Suffering, Runeblade action, and an Explosive Growth common rare foil. For those of you who also watch Open Boosters, he's got one of these really, really tall ones that kind of come up and then look straight down. I'm looking into one of those if we're going to continue doing videos and openings. Definitely worth the investment for, 15, 20 bucks so I can stand while I film. And you can kind of see the whole play mat. Lets me see the cards and stuff a lot easier. We have a Weave Earth. We have a Force of Nature. That is a Majestic. Elemental Runeblade, so more Runeblade. And one of these cards, this is an Invigorate common, rainbow common. One of these cards that we will get to is going to be these have the cold foils in them, and those are the big hits. There are definitely some common cold foils in here that we will hit, and there's possibly some Fabled or some other really good stuff coming out of first edition, and definitely worth the money. We have Icequake rare, another Emboldened rare, Guardian action aura, followed by another Sigil of Suffering. This is a rainbow rare. These packs opening real nicely, and these definitely feel like, again, those cards that are made in Belgium for Magic. They feel a little thicker. They're a little slicker, but they feel much better in the hand, and definitely better than some of the Innistrad cards I've opened recently. I'm not hating on Magic, just card stock feels better. Flash. We have a Lightning Press. Is that it? Is that it? No, that's Rainbow. Okay. My lighting in back here is hard. Common. Getting down about halfway through the box. All right. Slide a couple. Well, not right to it. Another Turn Timber. And an Evergreen. Corner. It looks like Rainbow. Oh, nope. That's my cold foil. Nope, that's a rainbow foil. God, some of these are real hard to see down here. It's actually easier to see it in the camera on this one. I have one light over my right shoulder behind me. I have another light over my left shoulder, and it's very, very hard to see down here. Still, like I said, still working on a setup in the new house in the basement. Snapshot. Frostfang. All these ice cards. Going into a lot of elemental stuff here. That is definitely a rainbow. We have a rainbow common, Entwine Lightning. I like Cracky Flesh and Blood. I mean, so far when I played the game, I do like it. And it's a lot cheaper, not gonna lie. I think I've said that in my other videos. It's definitely cheaper to crack. Sigil of Suffering. Ooh, Channel Lake Frigid. I know that is a Majestic because I've been looking at the cards prior to opening the set. This is one of those cards you definitely want. It's an Ice Action Aura. You get to go again, so it gives you another action point. It will pitch for all 3 resources. Cards and activated abilities and opposing heroes. Cost opposing heroes an additional action point. And at the beginning of your end phase, put a flow counter on Lake Frigid and then destroy it unless you put an ice card from your pitch zone onto the bottom of your deck for each flow counter. So, kind of like a cumulative upkeep. Reminds me of Mystic Remora a little bit, except for you don't draw cards. It costs your opponents a little extra. Definitely can hinder them for a while. Really cool card. And we have a Rainbow Flash, Rainbow Rare. So, as I learn more and more about the game, it definitely is becoming more and more interesting to me. The back and forth is really interesting, and seems like a lot of fun. Definitely, again, I think it's definitely least worth trying for a lot of people, especially at the price point of this game. Weave Ice rare. Explosive Growth is a rare. Going into a foil common. Looking at the calling and trying to replicate some top tier decks, if you take out the ridiculous equivalent of like expedition cards for the most part that are in the sets, you can get some pretty top tier decks for a couple $100, which is a really great price point. And you can have some still viable decks for probably like $200 or less. It's pretty good entry point for cards, especially in the unlimited printing. Going into a Bolt and Shot for Rangers, a Lightning Press for as Lightning Instant, and we have a Shock Striker. Tidy up the piles just a tad. Tokens are always in the back. Nope. Going to a Thump. Didn't get one of those yet. Guardian Action Attack. Red Pitch. We have a Weave Lightning. Looks like a possible rainbow rare. Or is that a cold foil? Is that my cold foil? Did I open up two? Oh, that was a common. Oh, my bad, guys. Thump is a common. Whoops. Weave Lightning into the Frostlock. That is a Elemental Ranger Action Arrow Attack. Probably still would have been honestly a really sweet cold foil to get because it is a Majestic. And Rainbow Rare Snapshot. Elemental Ranger Action. One of the decks I'm looking forward to building the most is Rangers, although they seem very hard to play. They rely on arrows a lot, which is definitely has a learning curve. A lot of the stuff that I opened is actually a lot of Guardian cards. So the first probably good deck that I'm going to build will be Guardian to try it out. We have a Biting Gale, another Weave Earth, and what is that? Is it? Rainbow Common. Good. Rather it be a... Oh, no! I just did it off screen. There's my... all right, so we got Rotten Old Buckler, which is our cold foil. That's weird. It was right behind a common. So it looks like they added it into a different slot. So Rotten Buckler. Guardian Equipment Offhand. It is a prevent 1 blade break. If you defend with it, it will destroy and end the combat chain. So really cool looking card. A lot of really cool colors, and that symbol in the middle is really cool. Not what we're looking for, but I like a lot of the artwork. I sold a lot of the stuff that I opened earlier, and I decided that I think I'm going to try to hang on to at least my cold foils. Whatever I open cold foil wise, I will hold on to. I think that they're just going to be. I think that this game, with the amount of people that turned up in Vegas and everything else, I think that there will be more and more people playing the game. I think that some of this old stuff, well, I don't want to call it an investment vehicle, will be too expensive for the average person to obtain later on. And I think I'd rather just hold on to it at this point. So we have a Snapshot, another Frostfang, going into an Icy Encounter common. So now we can definitely go a little faster. There is not going to be another cold foil that we open in this box. I believe there's something like 6 packs left. I know these videos run a little long because I ramble, but I do want to savor opening these cards. So we have a Cold Wave. Endless Winter is a Majestic there at the bottom. I couldn't see it off camera. Endless Winter. A lot of text on these new cards. Seems like a lot of this new stuff is going to be very strong. And we have a Foil Entangle there. This elemental stuff is becoming very strong. Lightning, Instants, Elementals, Frost. They also, ironically, did ban a card that before it even came out, which was a weapon for warriors, I believe. That's a whole other thing. So we have a Summerwood Shelter, another Turn Timber, and a Break Ground. The artwork. Love the artwork of these cards. keep getting these Rosetta Thorns. A lot of Rosetta Thorns. Don't know what they are. We'll look at them later. They're tokens. So, alright. Weave Ice, rare. We have a Rites of Lightning. And we have a Stinging Steel Blade. Or Singing Steel Blade. Singing? Signing? What is with that? I don't know what that extra E is. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, Frostbite. There you go. At least we got a different token. And going into another Weave Lightning. Biting Gale. And an Emerging Avalanche. Definitely think that a new tripod is in the future, or I'm going to basically need to clear off this entire table that you can't see, and basically have to have the table clear to do this going forward. Weave Earth. Ooh. Alright. Voltaire Strike twice. There you go. Elemental Ranger Weapon. That is definitely probably better than your token weapon, that's for sure. That's pretty sweet. Voltaire Strike twice. So twice per turn, instant. So you can do it up to twice per turn. Cost 1 go again or action point. You may put an arrow from your hand face up into the empty arsenal zone. If you do, choose 1. It gains +1 or go again. That's pretty sweet. Nice. I like it. That'll be fun. And a rare Earth instant, Summerwood Shelter. Target defending Earth or elemental action card gains 3 defense. AKA sounds playable. And again, there's our rotten old buckler, as just so you can see the difference of the cold foiling between the two. Very subtle, but that almost frosted look looks really cool. Last pack. Long video. But again, really fun to open these cards. Oh, skipped too many. Explosive Growth, Summerwood Shelter, ending on an Entwine Ice common rainbow. Thanks for watching, guys.